It's a very special day today in Paris. This is the official opening of the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. And for that very special day, I'm having a very special guest. Thank you, Jean-Philippe, for coming.
Welcome.
Jean-Philippe, you are a world champion at table tennis. You won 2 medals at the Olympic in 1992 and in 2000.
Yes.
You've been the sport director for the organization committee of the Paris Games. And something few people know, there's lots of data being used for table tennis. So maybe first question, this is the first day, are we ready?
The answer is yes, we are ready. It's a lot of excitement because, the organization committee worked a lot on that project since nearly 10 years with a strong ambition to deliver exceptional games, having in mind that we have to respect the Olympic Games tradition, but with the French creativity, innovation, and I think the opening ceremony of tonight will be an amazing show and shows everyone in the world that when people work together in this country, they can deliver amazing things.
This will be memorable, I'm sure. As I said, data is being used for table tennis. Could you share with us what's being done in the data analytics to support table tennis champions?
Well, I personally strongly believe that the data is a great help, is a great tool in the hand of the athletes and the coaches because it's just factual and we need sometimes to understand better and what kind of improvement we can make. So currently in table tennis, the thing which is most developed is the data video analyze in order to have really a face-to-face strategy, face-to-face analyze. Currently, we are really at the beginning, which is very exciting in my opinion because we have a lot of improvement to make. Every player wants to know on his opponent if there is a tendency during the key moment, during the money time, do that player will play with this certain speed side, which energy we put on the table and which trajectory as well. So the important key is that we need to know by anticipation what the opponent will play. And that's a great help for us because sometimes you can easily win 1 or 2 points per set. With certain players, I knew what they will do on the next point. And this is heavily comfortable for you when you are in a key moment and so on. So that's the first step. I think the second step and the improvement we have to make, that's on the competition side and on the competition strategy. But I strongly believe that on the training side, there is a lot to do. Having a better understanding on how to be more efficient with the angle of the racket, with the position where you touch the ball, the impact on the racket and the ball, where everything is deciding. That's really something that we still to investigate and having some concrete protocol at the disposition of the athletes, of the coaches, to have a better understanding and in the end to be more efficient and in capacity to be in concurrence with the great athletes in the world.
That's very impressive. And the good news is you see impact, 1 or 2 points per set, as you say, is a huge difference. And we do believe that technology that matters makes a difference. So it's good to see that there is this direction. When we think table tennis, it's hard not to think about China and the China dominance of the sport. Did China win and build their position based on data, or is there another component to that?
On the data side, it's still secret. We don't know exactly how they work, and probably they investigate that matter for sure, because they have an extremely leading position on every scope of the performance. So I guess that they are also investing in this, but it's difficult for us to know what kind of investigation they have, what kind of data they are using, for sure, video analysis for sure. But on the other hand, there are plenty reasons. The first one is the number of players. Table tennis has a strong position there. We know that they start to play and to practice when they are 6 years old. This sport in China has been really a massive education tool in the Chinese population. It's really complicated, it's a challenge, but we love challenge, and yeah, so it's possible to beat them.
And how did you do that? How did you break this sort of dominance and became a world champion?
If we try to do like them, we have no chance to success. Though let's think in a creative way, a new playing style, in order to one day surprise them and beat them. To sum up, the style was based around the speed, so I had to take the ball very early after the bounce to let my opponent less time to react. So that was the philosophy and the strategy. So I need to build during these years that playing style among the speed. So having short stroke, very short stroke, having a strong capacity on the legs to move fast and so on. So in different matter, I knew what I have to play, what I have to practice, in which I have to invest time, because I knew that if I could success that, the result would be great. Of course, I had to deliver a daily work really complex and important. And 12 years later, I became world champion, and during 92, 93, 94, I can say that my opponents didn't have so many answers to what I could deliver. So it was a really exciting period.
No, it's fabulous to see, and I think it's a perfect example of persistence and innovation coming together to create new positions.
Exactly.
Which is what many companies aspire to do, which is what we aspire to do as BCGX, competing with tech giants. So it's super interesting.
And it's also a positive message. It's not because you have on the other side a big company or an amazing athletes with a lot of capacity. It's possible sometimes to win and to beat them.
Provided
if you have
you come
the
up with
cleverness
something.
and the goals, and if you work really hard, because there is no way you cannot succeed without working hard.
Last thing, maybe, when we talk about data, video analytics, training, now where you're saying you can optimize training, is there a risk that in the end everyone plays the same and we are just leveling and standardizing the game? Or do you think that these data analytics, maybe combined with some of the innovation spirit to talk about, is a way also to elevate the game for the best players?
I am more on that one. It will elevate. Of course, in my opinion, data will help every player. So you can imagine that the general level will increase. But I have the feeling that the champion will always have the ability to build his singularity. He will always keep in mind to be creative and so on. The data will help him to improve his level. That will be probably the case for all the players in the world. But the champion will always cultivate his singularity for sure.
Very interesting. Thank you, Jean-Philippe, for sharing all of this. And maybe now it's time to play.
Okay. To conclude, Sylvain, I guess you definitely need some data to improve.
More data, I think.